Another Friday, another Cobber Coaches Show with Terry Horan, getting ready for St. John's. But let's first look back at the Carleton game. And we've talked about this several times before, that one or two plays can, throw a game. You guys in Carleton have been locked in some pretty tight games lately. 4 games, the last 4 games between, has been settled by 12 total points. On Saturday, same deal. Is there 1 or 2 plays you can look back on and say, you know what, if they would have gone our way, maybe that outcome's different?
Well, you're right. I mean, we're pretty evenly matched. I mean, obviously, in the last four times we've played, it's come down to the wire, and it's come down really to the last play of the game. You can always pinpoint and look at different plays that win or lose a football game for you, or change momentum in a game, but there's so many plays within a game that that maybe a lot of people don't even look at. That you get this first down. It's a lot of things can go different for you, right? So to really pinpoint one, it's tough, and obviously, nobody ever wants to give up a block punt, right? It did change the momentum in the game, and nobody feels more bad than the area that it came out of, and it's part of football, But there was, several other plays, obviously, that could have gone in our corner that didn't, they made plays when they needed to make plays. You got to give Carleton credit. They found a way, 14 down with about 7 minutes to go, to get an opportunity to go for 2 for the win. They're on the road, and clearly we're, for the most part, most likely out of it, and then they've just found a way to run off the field with a victory, which those are daggers. Those hurt. They hurt everybody.
On a positive side, quarterback Cooper Mattern has been playing really well. On Saturday, he rushes for over 100 yards and a TD, and throws for 3 TDs. How has he matured in the way he plays in this system from last year until now?
I just think, and obviously we got 2 different coordinator too. So things that we were doing last year, things have changed this year for the most part. I just think he's a student of the game, and he loves learning and growing, and he's a much better quarterback than he was even a year ago. I just think he sees the field so much better. He knows everybody's responsibility. He's getting us set in our protections. He reads coverages really, really well. I mean, he game plans. He sits in those offensive meetings. Him and Coach Pollock, they're like the 1-2 punch. Those two really know how each other's thinking and ticking, and the relationship is as such where if there's something that Cooper doesn't like, I mean, Jake wants him to tell him that, because we want him comfortable in everything that we're doing.
Now let's look forward to Saturday's game at St. John's, where you guys have always had success playing at St. John's. Is there something you can put your thumb on that why you guys have been so successful in Collegeville?
I don't know. I just think, one, it's a great place to play a game. I mean, if nobody's been to Collegeville to watch a college football game, you got to put it on your bucket list. I think the atmosphere, obviously, any competitor wants to play in an atmosphere like that too. And you know what? They basically have set the bar, and you kind of, wherever you want you to see your program. Right now, St. John's was our champion, and until proven differently. So, the bar is set high with them, and you always want to try to achieve that. And I think the other thing is to, we go in there and you got to be bold as a lion. I think half the teams that go in there, they're afraid, or they're just a little nervous and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't faze us at all. I mean, we'll go in there, we're going to play as hard as we can for as long as we can, and hope we come out on the right end of the stick.
Any specific keys in that game, offensively and defensively?
I think we need to stay on the football field offensively for sure. We got to score some points. It's the same old Johnny football team. I mean, they lost 2 really good players off their D line, but the guys that are there, I mean, they reload. Their linebacking core is solid, pretty solid in the secondary area, but they have some weapons on offense. And Severson's is a headsy quarterback. He's played a lot of football games for them. He's got legitimately 4 receivers that are really, really good. Their O-line, maybe a little inexperienced there, but they're still good size, and And I mean, the competition that these guys have played, I don't know if there's another team in the country who can say that they've played the teams they played. They open up with Trinity, Texas, who was number 4 in the country. They're down 31-14 in the second half, and they find a way to tie it, and they end up winning it in overtime. Then they travel to Whitewater, take on another top 5 team in the country. They're up 28-27, St. John's is, with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and then Whitewater kind of just started walking away with it. And then they had a bye week, and I think they simmered on that for a while. You know, I was reading some articles, and they were talking about how their D didn't really care for how they finished that game. They came out and played a really good Bethel team and beat them 28-7. And then last week they went to Augsburg, and Augsburg is another team that, you know, it's not new news to us. We knew Augsburg has been working really hard the last several years with Darren Lamker to change that program, and he has. I mean, they had opportunities to win that game. Augsburg had the ball for 38 minutes in that game, 38 minutes, and lost a close one, 27-24. Just seemed like every time any of these teams maybe put a hit on St. John's, they come right back and make a play, which has been Johnny football forever, right? So we got to try to slow that offense down. And part of that might be our offense, hopefully staying on the field, and that's no easy task. And special teams is a big part of the game. You know, for 3 weeks we've had some really big time plays that have helped us win some football games. You know, last week, you know, we had one play that didn't go our way and gave them a short field, and you know, they go to pay dirt like about 4 or 5 plays later, and now we're only up 7, you know, with about 5 minutes to go in the game. So special teams will play a huge role too.
And the last time you guys beat St. John's at St. John's, it was a blocked extra point. You guys return it for a touchdown, so there's magic in there at Collegeville.
Well, we had 3 that particular day. I'll never forget it. Yeah, that was something else. But you know, it's something we work on, and you know, you look at their kicking game. They've got an outstanding kicker, place kicker. Their punter is a lefty, so that's different. He's got to be one of the better ones in the league too. So it's going to be a fun matchup. I know our kids are ready, and I think probably the best medicine for us coming off a Carleton loss that hurts everybody is knowing that we've got St. John's looming on Saturday.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.